Grass first. William Edward, come on. So this is what happens when your baler gets up over 60,000 bales. We're at, what are we at, about 62,000 I think?
I don't know.
I think we're at 62,000. So a few things happen with it, and one is wear. The other thing is we got into some not so ideal crap. And what happened is it rolled up and under the tractor, came back and wedged in there, and it has slipped the bar out of its track, the roller out of its track. So what I have to do is the same thing that I did the other day where I got my leg hurt, and I got to climb in there with a pipe wrench and a couple of felling wedges and a bar, and I'll get it back where it belongs, but it's going to be a little bit more painful than it has been in a while. But the one thing that needs to be done is this VFS needs to be completely rebuilt. The bars are okay. The tine bars are okay because I've replaced several of those last year. I think we replaced 2 of them on this one, and the rest are okay. And of course, you can dig it.
You're on the roll, sweetheart. It's kind of dark in there, so I can't really see.
Well, I'm just going to talk about this. So, my problem here is that this is worn. Right here, these plates go on a spline shaft, and they're all loose from wear.
They're loose, I see.
Huh?
Loose.
So what I have to do is pull all these tines out of here. The tine bars have to come out. These pieces here, these things on the front, they all have to come out. And I have to replace the entire track system on this thing, and the bearings on both sides. They have to be replaced. This baler has over 60,000 bales on it. I think it's like 62,000 bales. It's kind of normal wear and tear for something with this many hours on it or bales through it. Everything else on the baler is perfectly fine. I don't see any other issues with it, but when it does get this much wear on it, if you get a huge clump in here, like a wedging clump, it will cause one of these to derail and go into a hole, a pocket hole like that, and it wedges. And that's it, man. You're dead in the water. Right, Teresa?
Left. Dead in the water, huh?
Well, you're dead in the water because you can't move.
Will you? Oh, yeah, I
So
can't.
it jams up and causes a whole lot of problems that nobody really wants to deal
Will you
with,
get down? Slowly, please.
including me. So where's that bar? I need that bar.
The bar is coming up.
Now, I've learned over the last few weeks how to do this without too much issue.
Slowly, don't fall. Hold on tight.
Tong, Mom.
What?
Tong, taki, tong.
There's no tong tong pakitong.
Tu tong, tong, taki, tong. I don't know what the hell that means, but something about a crab getting eaten. Right? Right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh, be careful. You're scaring me, kiddo.
Tu tong, taki, tong.
Okay.
I'm gonna eat that
Go
crab.
down backwards. You know how you do it, right? Backwards. Good. Good job. You got it?
Well, this is my issue here. It's not so much.
You got it. Now slowly on the stairs. Very good. Yeah.
A hammer.
Hammer?
Yes.
Okay.
A big hammer, actually. Almost just don't drop it on William's head. So what I have to do, I don't know, is this thing recording you? See those wedges, those yellow wedges down there? And that roller is stuck in that captive little hole there. And what that does, that actually, I believe, is designed that way to catch the bearing so that it does not flip completely around and destroy all the hoses, because there's hoses on these things, grease lines, and it's designed to prevent that from doing that. So what I have to do is just get those wedges in there, wedge that thing across, take a pipe wrench, put it on that bar, push it to the point where it will get past that hole, and then it will go back into its regular position and function quite well. Damp hay did this. Damp, nasty stuff that shouldn't have been baled but did this. So we did complete the baler. Got it straightened out. My language deteriorated. Teresa's language deteriorated. Everybody's language deteriorated to the point where it wouldn't be fit for YouTube standards, so we let it go. I'm back to raking again. Teresa's baling with that baler. It was a real bad deal, that one. It was jammed up so tight with crap, like you don't even want to know how bad that was jammed up. We ended up with a chain hoist and a chain and wrapping it around a VFS, disconnecting the VFS from from its coupler, because those are timed, but we disconnected it and worked it backwards as best we could until it was where it belonged. We actually made a full reverse revolution and got that straightened out. But yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick you on the back. I've changed rakes. I'm actually on the 3112 H&S, and I'm going to put you on the back of this tractor, and you can see the difference between today's rake and the rake that I was using a couple days ago. And it's a funny thing. I watched Bain Farm, and he just bought a roll-a-bar rake system, and boy, is that your head? Yeah, you're pretty tough. You got a hard head like your mom. He just bought boy, was he really disrespecting the wheel rakes. He was talking about ash or dirt in the hay, and how one of his customers was commenting on how nice and clean the hay was. It wasn't dusty, and he was really not being too cool about wheel rakes. Well, wheel rakes, if they're set up incorrectly, will really truly pull a lot of dirt into the window. But for the most part, they're set up correctly. They barely touch the ground. They really do. They barely touch the ground. They only grab the hay. The weight of the hay will pull them into the ground. But for the most part, you don't even see scratches on the ground when they're set up correctly. But I just wanted to clarify that if you watch Bain Farm. But you're never going to beat a wheel rake for speed and versatility. If you want high quality hay, roller bars are okay. They're slow and antiquated, and there's nothing wrong with running antique equipment, but there's better options if you're going to run slow like that, like a rotary rake. Rotary rakes, they just grab that hay, sweep it up, and put it into a nice windrow that's fluffy and air can get to it. They're really good. There's nothing wrong with them at all. The only thing that I have against a wheel rake is all the moving parts, and in my business they're super expensive, and those moving parts are super expensive and they break. And when they start going, you might as well just trash the rake and get a new one, because that's what they are. Junk! So, but a roller bar rake, you want to spend a lot of money, that's how you do it. These wheel rakes, as long as the frames are good on them, just throw new wheels on them every other year. And they're cheap enough to buy the wheels. You're going to spend about $1,200, maybe $1,500 on new wheels. That's it. Every other year, you can go through that and roller bar rakes. And well, I shouldn't say that. After every 4 times 2 to 8,000 acres, you can run 8,000 acres through these wheels. then just throw them away. 8,000 acres. If I just say every other year, there's could be some people that say, well, I only do 100 acres, that's expensive. Well, if you only do 100 acres, those wheels will last you a lifetime with the rake. With me, we're running 4,000 acres a year through each one of these rakes, and we just throw the wheels away. Just throw them away and buy new ones. They're shot. The teeth get shot. The hoops on the outside get shot. Even the plates get shot. From changing them, they bend. So that's one of those things. Like this rake here has been really, I've used it now for all summer long, and this has done the lion's share of the material. I've got it set up really light on the ground, and it just rakes. I'm really pleased. Really pleased. So, anyhow, that's it. I'm going to put you on the...